Everyone told me not to come here.
This is the most violent.
They told me it was dangerous,
every 3 hours.
that I was taking a risk.
By these motorcycle gangs who work on retainers for the cartel. Killing can be
For years, Colombia was known for cartels, conflict, and chaos. Known for a name that many won't even say. A violent legacy that shaped how the world saw this place. But what happens when a country outgrows its own past and no one notices? When people say a place is dangerous, it makes me want to go even more. Not out of rebellion or ignorance, but because I want to feel it for myself. To experience life beyond the headlines they try to force feed us every single day. To decide what's real with my own eyes.
We have made it to Medellin. Do you say Medellin or Medellin?
Medellin.
Let's go check out the center of Medellin, Colombia.
After touching down in the beautiful mountains of Medellin, Colombia, it was time to get the adventure started. I've never done a walking tour before in any country I've been to so far, and I decided Colombia would be.
We are really outside now. We're really here in Medellin. I have not been to this area yet. Most of the places, the hostels are in, I believe it's called La Poblado or El Poblado, which is like the tourist neighborhood. I have no idea where we're at right now, but we're in actual Medellin. We're outside of the little tourist area. It's kind of nice, you know, get to experience things away from where all the gringos are for a second, even though I am myself a gringo. We're about to go into a very lively area. Let's see how this goes. Guys, we're above the action right now, but this area is actually crazy. I really feel like I'm in Medellin now. Gonna get some food. As you guys can see, craziness. It's beautiful, it's very lively, but yeah, this is definitely the craziest street I've been on so far. Way more lively than Ohio or Nicaragua. Food is done, time to go on the walking tour. Yeah, our tour guide said I better make him famous, guys, so let's blow it up, let's make it famous. I think his name is Roberto. Let's get to walking. Continuing the trend from Nicaragua. Ice cream. More ice cream. When you're in a warm place, bro, I'm not in Ohio, so we get ice cream.
There are a couple of things that are very important that we briefly talk about. This is going to be a walking tour through the city center. Downtown is a very special neighborhood. It's a place that is dirty. Are we in prime time?
This is Roberto, our knowledgeable tour guide who has lived in Medellin for his entire life. He is one of the most fascinating people I've ever walked around a city with. His stories were endless, his energy was contagious, and we all knew this was about to be an amazing time.
Can I say bad words? Are you
No, you're good.
Okay, so basically downtown is like good sex. Filthy, hot, smelly, full of liquids. Like, guys, downtown is very special. Very special. Downtown is a place where we have to take care of our own belongings. Like in those dangerous relationships, you know? But I don't want to freak out. We have brought down there more than 290,000 gringos over there. So we have a lot of experience. You will see that everything will be just fine.
Ice cream was ate, water was got, and now the walking tour begins.
What happens at Colombia, as basically all other countries around the world, is made up of different micronations. Paisas are the Colombians who are born and raised in the dark green area. So people from Medellin, people from Antioquia is the name of the province, but also people who are not from Antioquia but somehow are nearby. Anytime you hear the word Paisa, I need your brain to trigger the concept pride. Okay? Paisas, we are very proud of who we are, very proud of our cultural heritage. And one of the things we're proud the most is Medellin, our capital city. But that's precisely the moment when the story gets difficult. Because for Paisas, it's rather complicated to cope with the fact that we are known internationally mostly because of bad stuff. How many of your parents are delighted of joy that you are in Colombia? How often you have to check in out? Every day?
Yeah.
I'm alright.
Yeah,
I'm alright.
every hour.
Every I'm going to talk about that guy who gave us the bad name. But I don't want that part of our history to be the only thing you know about us. That's why I would like to zoom out and I would like to share with you a bigger chunk of our history.
Colombia has always carried layers. The Spanish arrived here early in the 1500s, drawn by dreams of El Dorado, gold, and riches.
And do you know how much gold they found? Nada, zero. I'm talking about this valley. In this valley they didn't find any gold because the indigenous here were farmers.
It wasn't until the early 1800s, after bloody battles for independence, that Colombia began to define itself on its own terms. Medellin, once a quiet village tucked away in the Ibira Valley, started to grow as trade routes expanded further and further. And by the late 1800s, it became a vital link in the country's coffee and textile boom.
We just learned a little bit about the history of Medellin. Hopefully I put enough in there for you guys to understand. It's like a 3-hour walking tour, so I'm sure we'll find out a bit more. Welcome to Colombia. We are in the forest, or the Square of Hope now. This used to be full of homeless people, drug addicts, crime. When he was a child, they called it the crime of Square. Now, you can see all these pillars, they light up at night, therefore, Square of Light, or Square of Hope.
Some of the toughest neighborhoods, they built massive libraries that at the same time happen to be public parks. The building that is at the end of the square, covered on glass, if you turn on your X-ray vision, you're gonna see the bookshelves. You see them? Guys, that is a library in a place where 30 years ago was the square of crime. These two buildings next to us, they are 130 years old, and 30 years ago they were totally squatted by the homeless, like the square was. And now that place is the headquarters of education. The one behind me is the headquarters of culture. That's why I like to bring my episode of transformation here, because here we have the evidence, we have the testimony of the change. My message is the transformation of Medellin is real. Fragile though. I don't want to give the impression that Medellin is perfect. Hallelujah, the perfect city. No. We're gonna see the other side of the coin later. But when you compare my city today to my city 30 years ago, it's like comparing day and night. Or as they say in Ireland and in England, let's see if I got it right, it's like comparing chalk and cheese, which is really odd to compare chalk and cheese.
This time, we have a group of like 20 people, so not quite as worried about the camera, still gotta be smart, but when we were walking here alone, it's definitely a lot worse. Street vendors everywhere. We met, what's your name?
Emmanuel.
This is Emmanuel? Bro, you can't leave me. There you go, thank you. And that would've been shameful. Hola, bro.
Colombia.
Viva Colombia. Sí, rojo muy blanco, bro.
Dios los bendiga.
Sí, bro. Claro.
Amén.
Mucho gusto. So yeah, bro.
Está bueno, hay que oír.
Bueno, bro, para YouTube. There's a lot of people here, so let's be smart. Let's not get our camera snatched by a motorbike. Just a bunch of gringos walking around.
As we stepped away from the lively streets of downtown Medellin, we stepped into the heart of a building that's quietly watched the city change year after year. The Palacio Nacional. Designed by a Belgian architect named Augustin in the 1920s, the building was inaugurated in 1933. At the time, it was a symbol of progress and order, housing 88 offices including courts, postal services, and even military departments. But by the late 1980s, the building was in a state of disrepair and neglect. In 1988, the building was officially declared a National Historical and Artistic Heritage Site, but its future remained uncertain. A revitalization effort began, transforming it into the shopping center that we get to walk through today.
As you can see, shops, more shops. Word of advice, if you're going to travel to Colombia, if you're going to travel to anywhere, learn to speak a little bit of Spanish. I'm not the best Spanish speaker, but being able to say, hey, how are you? Helps ease the mood a little bit, you know? This building is crazy. Yeah, welcome to Colombia episode 1. Oh my goodness. See the levels above us? Those are art galleries now, and below is a bunch of shops. What he also told us is all the street vendors, well, not all of them, but the street vendors that we see out there, of course, a lot of counterfeit goods, a lot of things like that. But what a lot of drugas dealers do, or a lot of dealers of different things, you know what I'm saying, what they do is in order to exchange their money that they get in the US or other places, they buy shipments of things, bring them to the market, and sell them for cheap, because they're just looking to exchange money. So this used to be the Palace of Justice, and now it is the Palace of Art and selling stuff, and also counterfeit Nike. We have 15 minutes. Let's see what we can find in here. If it's all shoes, that's okay. Yeah, let's see. These are 200,000. I really don't know how much those are. Might check it out. I don't know if I have room for shoes, but I'm telling you though, they really do have absolutely everything in this market. Whatever you want, come and get it. They have it. Jerseys, hats, frutas, whatever you need, come and get it. In the lively streets of Medellin, Colombia.
This is in arepa. Just corn, pressed flat, and grilled. I'd never even heard of these things, but I am a big fan of trying new food when I can, especially when it's street food. So you know your boy had to try out the arepa paisa.
So the arepa, the food was amazing. This is a very interesting area. You got beautiful church, you got sex workers, you got a dude selling aphrodisiacs. I don't even think I want to know what that is. You got good food, you got arepas, you got sculptures right here in the center, the heart of Colombia. You'll see maybe as we walk, but there are sculptures like this one. There's many of them. Apparently, very famous sculptor, very famous artist. I think he died about a year ago is what he said. He built these sculptures and they told him, bro, you're about to put sculptures in a very sketchy area. And he was like, exactly. Put them in the sketchy area. Art is for everyone, and this is the definition of a public place. Ah, bro. We gotta wrap it up, bro.
Hey, recover video, very good flow, very good side. Welcome to Medellin in paradise, music in my life. Real raps on the street. Listen to me, one moment please. Very good flow, welcome to Medellin, looks like Brad Pitt. I like it strong, I am from Venezuela. Where are you from?
Estados Unidos, bro. Guys, music is universal, and he just wanted a little support, bro. We are blessed. You know, he's just out here, he's doing his thing, bro. Hey, you got this fucking robot guy. Bueno, what a crazy, cool city Medellin is. There's also a lot of clowns here. I don't know why, but there's a lot. And there's a big watermelon over there, bro. He was saying, Colombia, the people of Colombia are very proud. The people of Colombia are very happy to be Colombian, but there's a short-term memory loss that occurs. And right behind us, there was a grenade that dropped many years ago and killed many people. But because of everything that's happened here, there's no plaques, there's no memorials, there's nothing for it. Speaking of joyful Colombians, we literally have a whole party in the streets happening behind us. It's just beautiful, man. After everything that happens, to be able to dance, to be able to celebrate, what a life. Colombians, so much respect goes out to you.
As we walk our final streets with the sun setting, we stop and get a nice, traditional, refreshing sugarcane drink, and I reflect on the day so far. Seeing a transformation like Colombia's, well, it just reminds me that no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing, no matter what stage we're at in life, transformation is inevitable. It's a great thing, and it's an opportunity to grow and shed our past. I came here because of everything I'd heard, and now being here, it's so easy to see how rap that Colombia gets doesn't give the full picture. So I would encourage you, find out for yourself what you think, because at the end of the day, headlines, stories, social media can only teach you and show you so much. But experiences you live, those change you deeply, whether you plan for it or not.